You were once the light, the hope, the spark, the one who could have changed everything. You had the fire, the passion, the potential to rise above it all. But now, you've become the storm. A storm of excuses, a storm of fear, a storm of weakness. You've lost yourself in the chaos of your own mind. You've let it consume you, let it drag you down into complacency, into mediocrity. You think you've made it. You think you're fine. You tell yourself, I'm doing enough. But you're lying to yourself. You're lying, and deep down, you know it. Look at yourself. Look at who you've become. You've convinced yourself that you are something you're not. You've convinced yourself that you're strong, but you're weak. You've convinced yourself that you're disciplined, but you're undisciplined. You've convinced yourself that you're making progress, but you're stuck. Stuck in your own lies, stuck in your own fear, stuck in your own weakness. You're not who you think you are. You're not the person you pretend to be. And you can't keep lying to yourself anymore. You've wasted time, and time doesn't wait for anyone. The world doesn't wait for anyone. The storm is here, and it's not waiting for you to wake up. The storm is coming, and it's coming whether you rise or fall. It's time to face the truth. You've been weak, you've been afraid, and unless you make a decision right now, unless you decide to rise, you will stay that way. You will stay stuck, broken, and small. Is that who you want to be? Is that who you want to stay? Or do you have the courage to destroy the storm within you and rise as the force of nature you were meant to be? You think you've got time, don't you? You think that if you wait just a little longer, if you make just one more excuse, the perfect moment will come. But the truth is, time doesn't give a damn about your excuses. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. Every day you hesitate, every second you waste is another nail in the coffin of your potential. You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any stronger. You're not getting any closer to who you're supposed to be. All you're doing is standing still, sinking deeper into the comfort of your own weakness, feeding it, nurturing it, like a disease that will slowly choke the life out of you. You're weak, and it's because you let fear control you. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of pushing yourself past your limits. You're not afraid of success. You're afraid of what happens when you stop accepting mediocrity. You're afraid of what happens when you commit to being relentless. You're afraid of what happens when you stop letting excuses rule your life. Because deep down, you know that when you break free from this prison you've built around yourself, there's no going back. You're afraid of the work. You're afraid of the sacrifice. You're afraid of the pain. But that's the only thing that will make you who you need to be. That's the only thing that will make you strong. You want to be a warrior? Then start acting like one. No more waiting. No more hiding. No more lying to yourself. You either decide to fight for the life you deserve, or you let your weakness bury you. There is no other option. It's cold, hard truth. No comfort, no soft words, just facts. You're weak because you choose to be weak. You make excuses. You avoid the struggle. You run from the pain. You think you're protecting yourself, but all you're doing is destroying your future. You're afraid of the grind because it's hard. You're afraid of the struggle because it's uncomfortable. But guess what? That's the point. The grind is where the strength comes from. The struggle is where the transformation happens. It's time to face it. You can keep running, or you can stand your ground and fight like you've never fought before. You've been running from yourself. But there's no escape anymore. Not this time. You can't hide from the truth any longer. You've been lying to yourself about how hard you're working, about how much you've sacrificed. You tell yourself that you've given it all, but deep down you know it's a lie. You haven't pushed yourself hard enough. You haven't bled for your success. You haven't faced the raw, brutal truth that you've been your own worst enemy. The real enemy isn't out there in the world. It's inside you, and it's been winning every single day because you've let it. You've let it control you, let it dictate your decisions, your mindset, your life. And now you're standing at the edge. You can feel the weight of everything you've been avoiding. You can feel the pressure, the fear, the doubt. All of it piling up. You've come to the breaking point. This is it. This is where the weak stay behind and the strong break through. You've been pretending for too long that you can keep doing things half-heartedly, that you can keep going through the motions and expect to see real results. It doesn't work that way. You know that now. You know that if you don't change, if you don't shift your mentality, you will stay exactly where you are. You will stay weak. But here's the moment. Here's where everything changes. This is the moment where you can either keep running or face the truth. You were never meant to be average. You were never meant to sit back and watch others rise. You were made to dominate, to take control, to carve your path with your bare hands. This is the moment where you either decide to keep being a victim of your circumstances, or you step up and reclaim your power. The choice is yours. But make no mistake, this is the moment of truth. This is the breaking point, and you're either going to break through it, or you're going to stay buried beneath it. You think you've reached your limit? You think you're already broken? No. You've barely scratched the surface of your potential. You haven't even begun to understand what you're truly capable of. Every time you felt like giving up, every time you've convinced yourself that it's too hard, that you can't go any further, that's when you were closest to your breakthrough. You've been stopping yourself. You've been holding yourself back. The only thing standing between you and greatness is your own willingness to push beyond the pain. You're not broken. You're not defeated. You're a force of nature. And once you realize that, once you stop seeing yourself as weak, as vulnerable, as someone who's just trying to survive, you'll see what you really are. You are power. You are relentless. You are the storm that cannot be stopped. The strength you need is already inside you. All it takes is your decision to embrace it, to say, I will not be weak anymore, to stop playing small, to stop hiding from your true potential. The moment you choose to fight, the moment you choose to rise, you become the very thing the world fears. You become unstoppable. The power is yours. No one can take it from you. You are the one who decides if you're going to let the world break you or if you're going to tear it apart. And you're not some passive observer waiting for life to hand you success. And you're the one who creates your own destiny. You carve your path with your own hands. The fire you need to burn through the doubt, to crush the fear, to obliterate the obstacles. It's already in you. It's always been there. Now you need to wield it. You need to make the choice to stand tall, to refuse to be anything but extraordinary. No excuses, no hesitation, nothing less than full commitment. You are the unstoppable force, and it's time to unleash yourself on the world. This is where it all comes down to one simple truth. You either rise, or you stay buried in the rubble of your own failures. You've been playing this game for too long, pretending that tomorrow will be different, that someday you'll change, that you'll finally commit. But tomorrow isn't guaranteed. You're living in the now, and the only thing standing between you and who you are meant to be is your ability to act, to take massive, undeniable action. No more excuses, no more delays. You've already wasted enough time. You've already been soft, already been weak for long enough. You think you're in control, but you're not. The world isn't waiting for you to get ready. It's moving, and it's moving fast. Every day you hesitate, every day you wait for the right time, the clock is ticking down to your failure. The storm of your weakness is closing in on you, and if you don't rise, if you don't take this moment to decide who you're going to be, you'll be lost to it forever. You'll become another ghost of what could have been, another victim of your own indecision. This is the moment of truth, and there's no hiding from it. You've been given the gift of awareness. You know what you need to do. You know what the cost of staying stuck is. The real question is, are you willing to pay the price to change? Are you willing to step into the arena and burn the old version of yourself to the ground? The warrior inside you is waiting, hungry, ready to destroy everything that holds you back. But it's up to you to let it out. This is the line. You cross it now, or you'll stay trapped in the cycle of regret, of self-doubt, of weakness. The world isn't going to wait for you. The question is, are you ready to step up? Are you ready to fight for the life you deserve? There is no comfort. There is no soft landing. There is no easy way out of this. The world is harsh. It's unforgiving. And if you think for 1 second that it will cater to your excuses, you're wrong. The storm doesn't care about your struggles. The battle doesn't care about your pain. The obstacles don't care about your fears. The only thing that matters is your decision. You have 2 choices, and only 2 choices. You either rise, or you stay weak. There's no in-between. There's no maybe later, or I'll try again. This is it. Right here, right now. You either rise from the ashes of your old self, or you stay buried under them. You've been playing the victim long enough. You've been waiting for someone else to lift you up, to hand you the success you think you deserve. But that's not how this works. Life isn't here to hand you anything. Life is here to test you, to challenge you, to strip you down and force you to decide who you really are. And if you choose to stay stuck, to keep playing small, then that's the life you will live. You'll stay weak, you'll stay irrelevant, you'll stay forgotten. But if you choose to fight, if you choose to rise and embrace the pain, the grind, the struggle, then you will become unbreakable. You will become a force of nature, an unstoppable power that nothing can take down. There's no comforting end here, no feel-good closing statement. This isn't a pep talk to make you feel better. This is a call to arms. The storm is here. The battle is here. You either face it, or you let it consume you. You either step into your power and destroy every weakness inside you, or you let those weaknesses destroy you. You are the only one who can make that decision. So what will it be? Will you rise, or will you stay weak? The time for excuses is over. The only option now is to fight. There's no turning back. This is the final moment. The choice has been laid before you, and it's the only one that matters. All those excuses, all those delays, all the things you've told yourself about why you're not enough, why you're not ready, they mean nothing now. You've heard the truth. You've felt the weight of your own weakness, and there's only one way out. You either rise or you stay buried. You either become the warrior you were born to be, or you stay stuck in the cycle of self-deception, lying to yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. It's over. The time for hesitation is finished. You can no longer afford the luxury of doubt. You have nothing left to hide behind. If you are ever going to break free from your past, from the fear and the uncertainty, from the weak version of yourself that's held you back for too long, you must step forward now. There is no safety net, no easy road, only the path of relentless effort, brutal self-discipline, and the unshakable will to dominate your own mind. Only those who choose to rise, who choose to fight when everything within them says to give up, will ever know the true power that lies inside them. You've been told that the world will give you what you deserve, that it will hand you success if you just wait long enough. It's a lie. The world only gives you what you take. The world only gives you what you've earned. And what you've earned so far is nothing but the consequences of your own decisions. But now you can change that. Now, you can decide to stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the warrior who shapes his own destiny. This is your last chance. Will you step up, or will you stay weak? The storm is already inside you. The only question is, will you unleash it, or will you let it destroy you?